What do you need to release? Because it's no longer serving you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to step 4. Step 4 is all about having awareness, having a bird's eye view of your life, and looking at what is serving you and what is no longer serving you. Good morning if you have just joined us. So you see, I really believe that who you were yesterday is not the same person that you are today, because we're constantly changing, we're constantly evolving. Everything outside of us and inside of us is healing, is moving towards more freedom every single day. So maybe you released something yesterday and you are now ready to release something else today. Maybe in the last course you released things and you're thinking, okay, do I still need to release? Yes, we need to release every single day, because as we move further down the onion layer, if you remember who you are, is this golden spark of light with many onion layers covering it. And each time we look at an onion layer, we need to release that onion layer so we can then see the new onion layer. So I acknowledge every single one of you for still being with me on this journey, for being with me on this journey as we continue to walk together to release all of these onion layers that no longer serve us. And this is what we're looking at in today's video, is we're looking at releasing that which no longer serves us. Over the course of the next 5 videos, we'll be having a look at releasing and forgiving ourselves, forgiving others. What thoughts, what belief systems are no longer serving you? So I did some great research this morning where I reconnected with Cedric Courageous Jaffrey, and she was one of the first people that I connected with on my spiritual journey, and she's the reason why I changed my name to Connie Lee Courageous Bennett, because it takes courage, and this is why courage is one of my key principles. If you remember the key principles I spoke about in the very, very beginning of our journey together, because it takes courage to be aware, it takes courage to look, and it takes courage to release. So give me some love if you are courageous. Give me some hearts if you are feeling courageous today. So today, what no longer serves me is judgment. This is something, as you know, that is really, really key, is judgment. Judgment and then the guilt that comes from that. But first and foremost is judgment. And judgment is a massive shackle. It's a massive chain on my ankle, is judging myself for not doing what is right. Judging myself for doing what is not perfect. Cedric Jaffrey talks about the 20-40-60 rule. She says that when we're in our 20s, we spend our time worrying that people are judging us. In our 40s, we look at not worrying what people think of us. We look at not caring what people think of us. And in our 60s, we realize that no one was ever judging us in the first place, because they were too busy worrying what other people were thinking of them, so they weren't judging us in the first place. So in our 60s, we realized that no one was ever judging ourselves other than us. So we want to jump, we want to skip all of those stages, and we want to step into the space where we no longer judge ourselves and we no longer judge others. And isn't that a beautiful way of being? So we're going to be releasing judgment in the awareness that there really is no right or wrong. What if there is no right or wrong? Genuinely, what would your life be like if there was no right or wrong? You see, Cedric Jaffrey talks about how we live in a world of dualities. Everything about our physical world, our human experience, is a duality. There's right, there's wrong, there's good, there's evil, there's up, there's down, there's hard, there's soft, there's circle, there's square, there's hard, there's fat, there's thin, there's left, there's right. Everything about our world is duality. So from when we are born, we are either told to go left or told to go right. So it's almost like a natural reaction in the human experience to perceive things in the form of duality. And no matter what we do, when anything we look at, we attach a meaning to it. Everything. This is A Course in Miracles. It talks about how we attach a meaning to everything. If you look at this couch, we're attaching a meaning to this couch. This couch is red. This couch is soft. It's not. It's big. There's so much meaning we attach on absolutely everything. But what happens if we just looked at an event, looked at a person, looked at a situation, and saw it for what it is? This is what it is. Even attaching a word, couch, to it, it's still attaching a meaning, it's still attaching a judgment. So what happens if you were to say that everything just is? And everything that you attached a meaning on, anything that you attached a judgment to, you released it and you let it go. Because even if we attach a positive meaning to something like, this is really amazing, you are incredible, you are wonderful, that's still a judgment, isn't it? It's still a judgment, as a definition means to define. So how are you defining your belief systems, the people, the events in your life? So judgment in awareness that you are judging is the key. Judgment in awareness that you are judging is the key. And the key is to discern. Awareness is always our power. So, okay, this couch is red and it is soft. I am in awareness that I am placing a judgment on it. Now, this is the first step, being in awareness. Now what you do is you ask yourself, is this judgment serving me? So my question to you today is, become aware of all the judgments that you are placing on yourself and on your life. Now ask yourself, is this judgment serving me? Write that down. Write that question down. Good morning if you have just joined us. How are you doing, Eva? Hi, Evelina. Is this judgment serving me? So write in the comment section what has come into your awareness since listening to this video this morning. What judgments have started coming to into your mind? Because remember, we are observing, we're discerning. And now you ask yourself, is this judgment serving me? Then we create the space for openness. Now, what is openness? Openness is when we don't form an opinion about an event. So when you are discerning, you then become open, because judging is attaching a meaning, which means we put it into a very specific way, a specific view. But if we discern and we look at, okay, is this serving me? We then open up. There is openness. And we can look at, isn't this experience interesting? Isn't that person interesting? What other words could you use that are open? You could say that it is what it is. What are some things that you can write that create a space of neutrality? Write them in the comment section below. What statements could you say about people, situations, and things that open up to a space of neutrality rather than judgment? This is interesting. I wonder, this is more of a question, I wonder what this experience is teaching me. This is what it is. So when we're in a space of judgment, for me it's like those shackles are chaining me to the floor and I cannot fly. I cannot paint with all the colors of the wind. So judgment really keeps me shackled. And a judging thought is no longer serving me. It doesn't serve me, because I know that who I am is somebody who wants to be free, who wants to jump, who wants to just breathe out and let go. That is what I am. but judgment keeps me shackled. So it's time for me to begin to release that. And it's time for you to begin to release all of those fears of judgment that keep you stuck. Because we're so worried what people are thinking of us that we keep ourselves shackled. So it's judgment of ourselves, but the fear of being judged as well. So maybe we need to let go of the fear of judgment as well. So what is keeping you stuck today? A lot of positive judgments as well. Yes. Because sometimes if you've placed a positive judgment on something, then you close yourself up to being open to experiencing something else and meeting someone else and being someone else, because we evolve. So who you were yesterday might have been amazing, but it might have served its purpose. So it might have served you yesterday, but today being something else might serve you. So today I am. That's an open statement, isn't it? Today I am. So what is keeping you stuck? And what do you need to release today? Imagine, so the willingness within me to imagine that there is no right and wrong. Everything is just what it is, greets the willingness within you to see that there is no right or wrong. Everything is just what it is. Looking at some of the comments here, judgment is a problem in really small towns. It's a problem in big towns as well. Small towns, yes, because we've got a comment here. People are restricted to do what they want to do because of the fear of being judged. Absolutely. I think it's in small towns, but it's also in big towns as well. We tend to hide in bigger towns, but the judgment is implied. It's always there. I think judgment is one of the key core belief systems that underpin a lot of what goes on in society. So I definitely, I see myself in that comment. So thank you for sharing. So in tomorrow's video, we carry on looking at step number 4, release and forgiveness. The light within me greets the light within you. Any questions, any comments, feel free to share them in the comment section below. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye, everybody.